International 2016 Grand Finals begin.
You know, as soon as...
Oh, shit! Game number 1 from Wing says we're going to go for the punt.
It looks like they're actually going to try and aggro over here.
Wait for it, here they come, they're coming down into the river. Who's going to get that first rune? It does both go the way of Wings. Weehaw taking a lot of damage early on, but the Illuminate, it hits on 4, Blink is so low, DC's almost got first blood, Resolution, time looking into the first blood, but it's Weehaw on the Skyra throwing the orbs from range. That will bring down Blink.
Man, this early Observer Ward setup.
DC gets so much more. The top 3 CSs on the board. The lanes are looking fantastic for DC to start with. They have a small advantage as now they might find a bigger one. Ice caught out. Rot denial, not possible. Misery gets the last club and in mid lane going over the river. And this is that kind of moment they were waiting for. Faith runs in. They'll get an easy crush. Innocence to help out with the Wisp Spirits. Blink the Storm Spirit! The Mystic Fire! Weehaw! He burnt the Retina out of Blink! And now it's a 1-1 trade-off.
Catch wind of the Slardar nor the IO, so they are still blind. Although, you know, Silencer farming out alone with threat of relocate.
The ping actually came out. They think there's something going up here. DC's rotating supports, but it might be too late. Misery taking heavy damage. The multicast not enough to save his life. And now Resolution has to time walk back to the tier 1 tower.
Wings did such a good job of evading vision of that Observer Ward, but without Chronosphere up, not sure if DC can fight here. They're
forcing it.
Up.
Leap in, time dilation. Global Silence comes out from Shadow, making this very difficult. Faith Beyond, Blink forward. Stuns over on Resolution with a Timber Chain over. They need more damage. Resolution's going to go down. The Illuminate barely nicks the back of Faith, but with the Timber Chain forward, moves bring in the damage, but it's still not enough. Faith Beyond into the tree line. Blink, he's got it. He's into the trees, starting a CP. The Hawk away, keeping it going all the way home. It's Fountain Hawking TI6 style. You're still brought back with the relocate, so Innocence will have to give up his life here.
We in very deep.
Faith doesn't have vision of him. Now he will. Blink crush. Storm Spirit jumps forward. Skyrad's mage. No real defensive abilities. Resolution. He time walked in like he was about to go for the Chronosphere and then pulled out.
I have to applaud Wings again for taking all these fights outside of DC's vision. They do have a ward in this mid lane,
coming over. That Observer Ward sees Faith. Ice still on the back lines, ready to be that saving grace. Blink, crush, Misery now hooked down. Does he have enough damage? Resolution, no mana for a Chrono, and the Global Silence. They can't respond now, DC. Literally, mute button's been pressed. They still have a relocate, but Io is probably the closest of any of these heroes. Like, he can drag Shadow up. And that's all. Chronosphere now on Faith. TPs begin. Global Silence once again making this difficult for DC to get the instant kill. But now the Timber Chain forward. Faith just explodes. They're going to have more damage once Weehaw can get that ulti down, but he can't. Now he can, but it's all being chained up. Wings together, holding hands. But they may die together just as they fought. Lu is low underneath the tower. Chains away. Wings by buyback on Faith. They need a good crush out from him. Blink is off cooldown. He'll find Sasuke over in the tree line, so he'll take a fall too. The smoke. Wings had an Obs Ward up. ISIS will break it. Do they want to go on him? Roshan's not dead yet. They put the Timber Saw on the front lines. Digital Chaos trying to find that quick opening. Shadows nearby. There is no Global Silence in trouble. Blink is down. He'll commit suicide with that Bloodstone. He'll be back in 10 seconds, but 10 seconds may be too long. Shadow will go down. Innocence attempted to relocate will fail. He didn't get him out in time.
They can hook out the Wisp, though. They can hook out the Wisp. That's the only play that I think they have to perhaps save him.
Ice is standing too far away. Now he's going to come down close enough to it. Innocence, the stun's there. Ice holds the hook. Instead, they may try and contest Roshan. Storm Spirit, very easy to jump in, but the Observer Wards up for both Dire and Radiant on the cliff sides of Roshan. Here comes your first hook. They drag Mu up. They know the Grand Center. 3-man corridor! Resolution! He hit the money line right here! Chain forward! Wings, where's your extra damage? Resolution will keep chasing down after him. The Yule Setter up, keeping Faith out of it. And Mu still wants Ice. They're going to go on Faith first. He'll drop down, and they get them all! Wings, they had 5 feet. Times it by 2, 10 in the grave.
What a godly Chronosphere from Resolution. And it looks like they are going to show the Timber Saw in the mid lane, but they can easily recall him to the fight. Dire's use scan, they know exactly where they are.
So smart from Wings. They see it coming, but how do they react?
They need an observer ward.
They actually can't TP out Blink. Blink is walking so far over that he can just jump, and yep, there she goes into the tree line. Number one, but the seal is up. You'll Scepter will dispel it. Global silence, but Resolution drops the Chronosphere. They wait for him to hit the ground and then burn him in the light.
But if you just go to the left side, you have the observer ward there. You can hide, pop the smoke. If you
Innocence. Oh, Weeha! Blink in, You'll Scepter the crush! Hits on 4! They hook out Resolution! Almost back to tier 4 towers! He'll time walk down after force off from Misery trying to save him! The Aegis Immortal will trigger, so Weeha back up again! And they're gonna burn down the Slaughter! The assault into the base! Ice can't keep the fight going for Wings! And now he's building an item which you normally get when you have momentum. He's going back into the Orchid after Bloodstone and Yules. Up top, in the jungle, Ice and Mystic Flare doing some work. He'll survive. The Glimmer Cape keeps him invis. And Faith looking for the crush, but he missed it. Now Resolution. They already found one. Weeha is caught inside the Chronosphere, trying to kill the Slaughter. Shadow will move over. Can they find the kill? Yules up from Slaughter. He'll go again up and towards the air. Shadow still wants his kill over on Weeha. Faith will drop in the meantime, but the Rod of Atos, the curse, it should be enough, but the Yule Scepter, Dispel, Shadow's running out of mana, the blink out, Weeha keeps the card going, Resolution for the time locker, a double kill for Moo, and Wings kited to the end of the earth in a stiff breeze.
Oh, he has Scepter. This is going to be insanely difficult for Wings to hold.
Especially during the daytime. Extra heal, Blink gonna jump himself in, the time lock, holds him in, the global silence, they'll actually pull Blink away with the hook, but now DC, no global silence to fight up against. They know they got the advantage, they got Chrono, they got everything their heart desires. All they want is the racks. DC, everyone was pinging Wings to try and win this grand final. The favorites to do it, but DC, they will be the first to claim the full set of racks on top. Fortification from Wings is slowing this fight down. Ice still looking for a good angle. Blink jumps in. They don't have the opening just yet. The smoke, the hook. It actually drags the Slaughter out of his crush. They still know they got more. The multicast. Blink forced up down outside the Chrono. Silence are caught inside of Innocence. He can't pull him out in time. They'll have to hold in. They have to back up under the tier 4 towers. DC, they're rampaging on. Remember objective-based gaming, but GG. Wings will call it. DC take game number 1 of the TI6 Grand Final against Wings. The boys that went all the way through the winner's bracket.
Jeez. We is insane on that Skywrath Mage. And again, the early game Ogre from Misery. You can still feel the effects of his first 5 minutes.
It's the confidence of DC. Yeah, so nothing unusual from them, and the dual off lane from Wings. So,
but you know, they're starting off Wings. They see that 3 heroes are up there. They expected the aggro.
Look at the quick rotations too. Moo walks all the way over, gets hit by the crush. Ice's Bone Strike. Shadow's on his way in, while the Static Link up on the top lane. They're battling there, and Innocence makes a break for the tree line. It's Moo who's trying to escape on the bottom. He actually devoured a Centaur, got a 3-man stomp, and trying to reach back to his own tier 1 tower. It won't happen, however.
How is Innocent still alive on this top lane?
I do not know. He's had so much damage, stolen Misery. He hasn't even leveled an ability. Now he'll level up the Ensnare, but what help is there? It's only that 1 range creep, and he actually... they're going top lane. Ice locked up to start with. It's the Ensnare. They're still stealing a lot of damage. Now also Ice, the Sentry Wards, both of them being dropped at the same time. Disruption is up here, but the 3-man crush from Faith Beyond. Ice, one more attack. There it is. The Shadow Demon Poison will reach it and stare into the Slaughter 2. They can make this a 2-for, and they do. Digital Chaos, they couldn't find the time to inflict the damage before, but this time they found it. Tier 1 town, there's no fortification, so Faith actually just running himself in. They've still got Disruption as well as, and Snares on cooldown for 2 more seconds. But TP, it's Faceless Void, Chrono is available. They're going to be careful in DC. The Chrono catching Saksa as well as Resolution. The Sunstrike will help them. They take 1, they take 2, they move to Resolution. Time locking up, the Crush still on cooldown. Actually, no mana. Resolution will steal the damage. This stops the Faceless Void from finding the kill. Resolution, he's walking out of here. Double smokes, DC, they smoked and went through the bottom river, looking down to the bottom lane where Ice is currently farming up. Whereas the double smoke coming out from Wings, they're going to see Weeha actually invis, thanks to the Sentry Ward. Very quick Chronosphere, the nuke, the Sunstrike. Saksa, perfect place to cancel that one off, and the Song of the Siren. They may realize that Sentry Ward was down, hence they went on him. And the Song of the Siren will allow them to back out. So no Chrono, no Song, but they keep looking for the fight. Ice, the Invoker can die in the meantime. Shadow caught out by the Purge, as well as the Mirana a little bit further up. And with the Ensnare to hold Shadow in position, he time walks away a little bit of the damage. Needs a little bit long with the Burrow Strike. Epicenter from Ice to the back lines. He may find damage. He may have enough with the help. The leap away! The Mirana, she's not out yet. The bash, it's the damage from Slaughter. He'll find it. Blinking over the Crush. A double kill for Faith. You still had DC going in deep looking for the other kills, but Ice, the Burrow Strike up, away from Resolution's oldie. Now the double Crush. Surprised he was still then underneath the tower so far. With the Observer Ward up from Wings, they do have good vision. They realize both Saksa as well as Misery are on the back line. Space looking for the perfect blink. Chronosphere, it hits on the SD. The Crush, no Song of the Siren out. They already get the kill on the SD. Misery holding that ultimate while Resolution steals the damage. Faith away with a Fortune End. Resolution wants to keep fighting here. The Slaughter, there is a time lock. Song of the Siren, hold the fun, but wait for it. It will be released as the arrow flies in. Who's the connect on the Slaughter down instantly? Burrow Strike up into the epicenter. DC, the damage. They may have to bail out this one, but Ice, no Resolution. Kiting with the Plaza Field. Blink will finally arrive. With the Deafening Blast pushing DC back. Call Snap Moo in a little bit too deep. Time Lock as well. They bring down Moo. Will be problematic for Wings if they get hit by that before the fight begins. And Wings actually buying up a new item of their own. They instantly TP'd the mid lane. So once again, after the fresh Blink Dagger on Wings, this time it's on Shadow. They smoke up and they look for an opening on DC. The Observer Ward tells them everything they need to know. Burrow Strike down. Saksa gets popped by the Invoker Sunstrike, and then the Blink double cross. The Chrono, they'll catch out too. Misery! The song comes out. The beautiful tones. At least beautiful for DC. The arrow will hit perfectly on Shadow, but Ice, they're trying to keep up. Where's that 4-star forward? They don't have it. They look down into the tree line. They find Misery. Can't get out.
What a perfect time for a smoke, and I think if you trade Song for Chrono, it's actually pretty good for Wings because now they can do Roche without fear of reprisal from the DC side. You can't really go in there with Razor and Adu. Maybe if Mirana hits an arrow, but that's a big maybe, and Roshan is dropping fast.
They let it go. Musei's up on top lane, farming up. We will push out the mid, so at least Wings, they can't just rotate down to the bottom lane and take out the tier 2 tower. They must come back and defend their top and mid lane. Moving up to the Ancients, Weeha comes in the middle of a Burrow Strike up. They find Resolution, Crush as well. Can they kill off Weeha? No, the leap out. He'll get the Starfall. Oracle purifies it with the flames once again, and it's Resolution bashed up. The fight splits into two different parts. Ice will down the back lines with the Chronosphere. Sunstrike's coming in. The damage isn't enough. Disruption. Saksa tries to keep his core alive as Resolution runs away, but now with the time dilation, Tornado, it caught him! Thanks to the Crush from Faith Beyond, Resolution won't die. The fall attack from the back from Shadow, who finds the secondary one into Naga. Saksa, he needs to get out. The damage is not enough. Sunstrike, no! He was drawn to the light, but you do not walk towards the light.
Oh, man.
Misery's moving over. That's on cooldown for another half a minute. And they actually find Moo into the epicenter. He'll die in the bottom lane. The mech is not enough. The arrow will connect on Shadow. Weeha, he jumps in. He needs double damage right now, but it's not there. Shadow time walks all off, and he's actually in the perfect position with the Burrow Strike from my side. They catch out Weeha. Sentry is dying underneath the tower, so they can't keep the vision up. Moonlight Shadow helping him to escape, but Saksa will not be so lucky. The arrow will connect again. The DC, they lose 3 heroes.
Wings from to come around from behind.
The Blink Chrono. Resolution caught. Amplifying to Sunstrike. They need more damage. The Burrow Strike's gonna do it. Combining it with a Crush. There's no Resolution. Moo will go down too. This will be it for DC. They've lost so much. They want to keep fighting. Misery. He'll go down as well. GG. Team Wings will do it.
They thought they had the Faceless Void counter with the first big Naga Siren, but this insane amount of stuns from coming out from Wings, their excellent team play, the farm on, Blink, oh my god, did it come together at the perfect moment.
Well, at least we get one of the dreams. There's a guaranteed 4 games here in the grand final, but Digital Chaos, there was a lot of smiles going into the end of the draft of game 1, and now, well, the smiles might disappear, but they've still got to keep the mentality up. They've managed to bring the second game off Wings. Wings only losing 1 game prior to this grand final up against DC. It was a techies game. You didn't know if it was really going to be the thing, but we leveled the series at 1 apiece.